Well, living through the pandemic has taken a toll on people from all walks of life, understandably, including our servicemen and women. And as the stress becomes and pressure becomes too daunting, military chaplains do all they can to help diminish the impact. National Security Correspondent Eric Phillips spoke with the chief of the U.S. Army Chaplains. Now, Eric, his role is to help strengthen the soul.
John, that's right. And Major General Thomas Soljem tells me that spiritual fitness is a major pillar of military readiness. And he says these challenging times has the 2,800 chaplains in his department working overtime.
When you put on the uniform in service to your country, Eric, and you're asked to possibly lay down your life in rendering service to your country, we have a moral obligation to fulfill. To care for the soul of that soldier.
And Major General Soljem tells me that obligation to the soldier is more important than ever right now.
So you might have a death of a family member, for example, and you can't go to the funeral. Or you have parents that are aged and shut in and you can't get there. Now, we have seen a reporting from our chaplains out in the field that there's been a real increase in a number of different areas for soldiers and their families reaching out to them for assistance, for spiritual direction, guidance, and for religious care as well for those things.
The same types of sacrifice civilians face, coupled with the added responsibility of service.
So, as with any worship, worship is centered around the light of Christ. And so we very much intentionally are lighting this light of Christ.
To meet the need, chaplains have increased the hosting of live services.
It's really a new phenomenon, and I'm really pleased to see how our people have stepped up to embrace the virtual environment in order to really continue to help people to stay connected.
And today's thought is on the importance of small things.
It means chaplains of all faiths across all military branches, not just ministering to troops and their families, but to all who tune in.
So it's really taught us, I think, to raise the quality of our speaking, of what we offer people in a worship service or setting.
And they're getting creative, like with the drive-in Easter service at this installation in Japan, or this Navy virtual service in Pensacola, Florida.
They've been even doing things like Zoom potlucks, right? So chapel groups or religious groups, doing virtual potlucks, just wanting to maintain fellowship, because that's a very important connection. So I see it in all of the struggle that people are facing. It's a tremendous opportunity for people to be touched in their lives spiritually that in many ways life as normal may not have produced.
And Soljem says another positive coming out of this challenging time is that those in his department have really figured out one another's faith in a deeper way than they had before. And he says no matter how many chaplains he has, there's always room